foiled paper beads. Aren't they glorious? And actually, they're so easy to make. Hi, I'm Gail, Bead Jewelry Diva, and today our lesson is going to be foiling paper beads so you can up the game on your paper bead art. Let's get started. Now first, of course, we need some beads to foil. We also need a place to put them while they're drying. We need some glue. I'm using Aleene's foiling glue, although you can probably use other kinds of tacky glues. You can experiment some. And most importantly, we need the foils. Now, these are actually foils that are made for nails. So if you like bling on your nails, here's some. Now, these came in a pack of 24, and I've just picked my favorite 3 to go ahead and demonstrate today. Now that we know our supplies, let's get started. First thing we need to do is glue the bead. So we need to get the tacky glue on. Now I put it in a nail polish bottle just because it's easier that way. And I'm just going to brush it on. So what you want to do with your brushing is you want to put, I don't want to say a thick layer, maybe a medium layer, but you do not want to soak the bead with the glue. So, you can, except it'll take a whole lot longer in order for the glue to dry to the point where you can put on the foil. So put on some, but not a ton. Once you've got the bead all covered, you'll need to put it aside to let it dry, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll do a few more beads so we can have several to foil with. Here's a tip. I put some regular just cellophane tape on this toothpick, kind of tapered it down so that when I put on a bead that I want to start gluing, the bead doesn't roll. While my beads are drying from the glue, I want to go ahead and share something. If you have a dark surface on your bead, like a black bead like I have here, the foil will show up much better, so you'll get more bling for your buck, so to speak, than you would on a light bead. Now, you absolutely can foil lighter beads or beads that aren't black, and I will show you later on in the video how to do it so that you do have some foil showing. But meanwhile, if you're going to be starting, I would suggest that you start out with some black beads. Okay, this bead looks like it's pretty well dried enough. It is still tacky to the touch, but it no longer is wet. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of the foil, and I'm going to drape it over the bead. Make sure it pretty much meets on the back. If it doesn't, like it doesn't quite here, what I'm going to do is cut off a few little pieces because I can use that to get the middle. Boy, it's already starting to show the foil. So what I'm going to do is wrap it around, take it off the toothpick, and then just foil away. Now I've got some space right here, so I'll just put a little bit of foil right there. And I do want to mention, since I didn't earlier, you do want to have the pretty side up. So you don't want to foil it with, for example, you don't want to foil it with this side up. You want to foil it with the pretty side up. So just keep on rolling those beads. And every once in a while you can go ahead and check and see if it's got the coverage you like. So right now I can see that I've got a spot that really needs some more foil. So I'm just going to put some foil over it, rub it some, and not as successful as I would have liked, but this is an excellent way to show you that yes, you can refoil. So we'll keep this bead apart, and then we'll go through it again when we need to show refoiling. It is worth keeping all the little ends and whatnot, even if it's been used. It's worth keeping them because I'll show you in a little while how you can actually reuse all these pieces. So I've got another piece of foil. I'm removing the toothpick and rolling. Now, one of the things you really want to do is twist it when you're rolling it because you want a really good adherence of the foil to your bead, and rubbing it helps. Let's see what this one looks like. Ooh. So here we have this bead. Now, isn't that pretty? This has to be one of my favorite foils, I think. I'm going to use this one up first for sure. All right, let's check another one. And this time I'm going to show you a way to give kind of a patina to the foiled beads. Now, when it comes to patina, this bead is not quite fully covered, and I want to add a little bit of what I would call age to it. So what I'll do is I'm going to put some glue, and I'm just going to dab it in some of these areas that may not have as much coverage as others, and then we'll show you what I do to make the patina. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take another color and just squish it around. I'm not doing it any particular way, and matter of fact, I'm reusing pieces. So you can see that I'm just taking the same one and rolling it along. And I will just do it until I am satisfied with the look. But I think this gives it kind of an aged look myself. So what do you think? Do you think this kind of looks aged, or what? Do you like the look? Hey, can you do me a favor? If you found this video to be useful for you so far, can you go ahead and hit the like button? It'll help other people like you find this video. Thank you. Now, there are some foils that aren't quite as sparkly. And for example, you can see this one. It really doesn't have much of a sparkle. Gleam, yes. Sparkle, no. These are a little bit more problematic when you're foiling because you don't get the pattern the way you might hope. I will show you some beads made with each one of these and you can get an idea. Okay, here's the after. So you can see that the pattern that you have on the foil doesn't always quite reflect what you see on the beads. For example, this one, which was the zebra. It's great except for the fact that it has so many black stripes on it that it's hard to see the zebra pattern. Another one that has a little bit of that issue going on is this one. Because it has a lot of black spots, you see that a lot of black spots are showing up, which may or may not be what you're looking for. So the different kinds of patterns on the foils may affect what you see on your beads. Well, remember this light color bead that I had in the beginning? Okay, ready for foiling. I have found with light colored beads, you're not going to get quite the effect that you really want, probably, because it doesn't have that darker background to glitz it up. Okay, let's unveil this one. So you can see I do have a fair amount on here. It looks like I missed a spot. Actually, it's still pretty tacky. So this is what it looks like after I've refoiled it. I did some green with it. And I wanted to show you something. And this is one of the ones I did previously on the black bead. So you can see that the foil effect is more brilliant when you're on black compared to a light colored bead. But you absolutely can foil a light colored bead. Here's this bead before it gets foiled, and you see it's not a black bead, but let's see what happens. So here's the bead after I foiled it in some red. So you can see that while the effect isn't quite as brilliant as being on the black, it does make a nice effect because you've got bits and pieces of the original color showing through. So, well, remember this bead that I wanted to refoil some? Well, here we go. So here's the bead I refoiled. So it's just basically the same thing as I did on the patina. I just put on a little bit more glue here and there and wrapped it in the foil. Okay, so you see I have all these pieces that I've used. I've got a bead that is about ready to be dried, and I'm going to just start wrapping with all these old pieces. Now, it's going to be very inconsistent the way it comes out. Some of them will come out with more color than others. But I'm just going to keep using up these bits. And I mean, you never can tell what kind of colors you're going to end up with, what kind of effects. But if you've got a bunch of these pieces laying around, I mean, it's certainly worth experimenting. So while the bead isn't as vibrant as I might have liked, it is a great way to use up all those little tiny pieces. Don't just throw them away. Go ahead and use the bits and pieces to make some interesting beads. Now you might be wondering at this point, hey, can I glaze these beads? Yes, you can, and let me show you how I do it. Now I've got some plastic on my finger, and I've got some glossy accents by Ranger, and I have found this to work the best so far, but I haven't tried everything out there. But what I'm doing is I'm putting a line on, and then I'm just rubbing it against my finger with the plastic, and this gives me a nice light coat of glaze, and it also doesn't take too terribly long to dry. So let me go ahead and glaze a few of the beads and then tell you something else that you need to know about the glaze. Okay, so here's the deal with the glaze. This is the one that I glazed, and I have not yet glazed this one. You can see that it's very slightly less brilliant than the non-glazed, but you know, the glaze protects the foil from the beads, so it's absolutely worth it to glaze 2 or even 3 times. You'll still get a nice bright color. It just won't be as bright as if you never put the glaze on. You may be wondering if you can foil beads that you've already glazed. Well, let me show you how. Begin the same way as usual by putting some glue, your foiling glue or whatever you have, on the bead and coat it lightly. Okay, this is the bead that was previously glazed. I put some glue on it, and yes, we are going to foil again. So here it is again, and just for some kicks I added some blue to it. So yes, you can refoil beads or foil for the first time beads that have already been glazed. Before I leave, I want to talk one more thing about the paper that you use when you're making your foiled paper beads. You would like to stay in the vicinity of, say, 70 to 80 pound paper, uncoated. Now, obviously, dark paper is better, you know, navy blue, black, and things of that nature. But you also want to be careful of anything that has a coating on it, because it'll make it a little bit more difficult for the glue to adhere to the beads. And also, if you use a lighter paper, the foiling glue may tend to make it a little mushier, so you might misshape your paper beads. All right, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and would you like to see some jewelry made with some of these paper beads? And if so, is there one in particular that you think would be really cool to have some jewelry made into? Leave me a comment and let me know. Anyway, this is Gail, Beaded Jewelry Diva, signing out, saying have yourself a glorious day. Bye.